Have you ever looked at your life and thought, this is it? I finally made it? That was me 3 years ago. My name is Emily. And for the first time in forever, everything felt right. I had a beautiful apartment in the city, big windows that let in the morning sun, a cozy kitchen where I'd make pancakes on lazy Sundays. I had a job I actually loved, designing book covers for a small publishing house. It wasn't glamorous, but it was mine. And most of all, I had a man who looked at me like I hung the moon. His name was Ryan, tall, with that messy brown hair that always fell into his eyes. Charming, the kind of guy who could make you laugh even on your worst day. We met at a cafe, yes, cliché, I know. But the way he smiled when I spilled my latte all over his white shirt, that was the moment I knew. He didn't get upset. He laughed, took a napkin and said, "Well, that's one way to break the ice." I laughed too, and just like that, we were talking. He asked for my number before I even finished apologizing. We moved fast. 6 months in, he asked me to move in with him. I remember standing in his apartment, boxes at my feet, heart racing. "Are you sure?" I asked. He pulled me close and whispered, "I've never been more sure of anything." A year later, he got down on one knee in the middle of Central Park. Snow was falling around us, just like in some romantic movie. The ring was sparkling under the streetlights. I said yes before he even finished the question. My friends called us the golden couple. My mom kept saying, "Don't let this one go, Em. He's a keeper." And I believed her. I believed him. I envisioned us growing older together, holding hands on the porch and still laughing at spilled coffee. But here's the thing about perfect lives. They're usually built on secrets. And Ryan? He was hiding the biggest one of all. Let me take you back to that night, when everything started to crack. It was Thursday. Nothing special. I came home early from work because my boss let us leave after a big project wrapped. I was excited. Ryan wasn't supposed to be home until late. He had a work dinner with clients. I thought I'd surprise him. Maybe order takeout and put on that red dress he loved. However, upon opening the door, I heard his voice. Low. Intimate. Not the way he talked to me. I froze in the hallway, shoes still in my hand. He was in the living room. On the phone. "Baby, I miss you too," he said, literally. My heart dropped into my stomach. A mistake, I thought. A joke, a wrong number, anything but what it actually was. He laughed softly. That laugh, the one he used when he was flirting. "I can't wait either," he whispered. Then he hung up. I didn't move, couldn't move. My hands were shaking too hard to even hold my phone. He came into the hallway, saw me, and smiled like nothing happened. "Hey, babe, you're home early." He kissed my cheek. I smiled back. I laughed when he told me about his boring meeting. But inside, I was screaming. That was the first lie, but it wouldn't be the last. These next few weeks were torture. Every time Ryan touched me, I flinched. Every time he said, "I love you," I heard "baby, I miss you too" in the back of my mind. It started small. A notification on his phone that he flipped over too fast. Then came the weekends. He'd say he was going to the gym, but his gym bag stayed in the closet. He'd tell me he was grabbing drinks with the guys, but I'd see his location, pinned at a hotel downtown. I checked. Once. Just once. He said he was at O'Malley's bar with Mike and Tom, but his phone had said the Grand Regency, room 412. I stared at the screen until it went black. I wish I could say I confronted him right then, but I didn't. Scared of losing him. Afraid to be alone. Scared that maybe I was crazy. So, I did the worst thing possible. I started digging. One night, while he was in the shower, I grabbed his phone. The password was our anniversary. How sweet is that? I went straight to his messages, and there she was, Lila. Surname not available. Just a string of heart. Emojis and messages that made my skin crawl. Can't wait to feel you. Again. You're the only one who gets me. Tell her you're working late. I need you. I scrolled up. Months of this. Photos, videos, plans. They had a routine, same hotel, same room. I sat on the bathroom floor, phone in my lap and tears streaming down my face. Happy. Carefree. As my world came crashing down around me, I didn't utter a word, didn't want him to. No, not yet. I wiped my face and put the phone back precisely where it was before, crawling into bed. He came out, towel around his waist. Smiling. Missed you, he said, sliding in beside me. I turned away, continued, to act as if he were sleeping. But here's the thing. They say the moment you find out is the worst. The worst is yet to come. The pretending, the smiling. The nights you lie, awake next to the person who destroyed you, wondering how you missed it, wondering what you did wrong, wondering if you were ever enough. Desde esa noche yo ya no lloraba, I fell. Silent. Dangerous quiet. Revenge isn't loud. Real revenge is cold, calculated. It lives in the space between heartbeats and mine. It started with a spreadsheet. Yes, a spreadsheet. I titled it Project Phoenix. Because if I was going to burn, I was rising from the ashes and taking him with me to collect evidence. I cloned his phone to mine. Every text, every photo, every hotel receipt. It all came to me in real time. I saved everything in a hidden folder, encrypted. Password. Protected, step 2. Find Lila. Turns out, she wasn't just some random girl. She was his ex-fiancée from 5 years ago. The one he told me didn't matter anymore. The one whose name he still had tattooed on his ribcage, hidden under the shirt he wore to our engagement party. Perfect photos. Perfect life. Perfect lies. Step 3. Infiltrate. I created a fictitious profile. New hair in the pictures. Thanks. Wig from an old Halloween costume. New backstory. Single, bored, looking for fun. I slid into Lila's DMs on Instagram, told her that I had heard about Ryan through a mutual friend, that I was curious. In less than an hour, she took the bait. OMG, you know Ryan too? He's amazing. She wrote. We started texting. She sent me selfies, told me how Ryan couldn't stay away, how he said I was just a phase, how he was going to leave me as soon as he figured things out. Every word was a knife, but I smiled through it, because every word was evidence. While at home, I played the perfect fiancé. I cooked his favorite meals, lasagna on Mondays, tacos on Fridays, picked out invitations with little gold hearts. He never once knew I was documenting his destruction. The breaking point came on a Saturday. He told me that he was going golfing with his brother. I knew. Better. Not in some dramatic movie way. I took an Uber. Stayed 3 cars back. He pulled into the hotel. Same one. Same time. Lila was waiting in the lobby, dressed in the red dress he had bought her for her birthday. She spun around when she saw him. He kissed her just like he used to kiss me. I didn't go in. I didn't need to. I had photos, videos, license plates. That night, I sat him down. We need to talk, I said. He looked nervous, lit candles. He walked in, smiling like there was nothing wrong. Wow, babe. What's the occasion? Just wanted to celebrate us. We talked about the wedding, the venue. I then slid my phone across the table. Recognize this? It was a photo, him and Lila, Emily. My voice was calm, too calm. I laid it all out. Hotel charges end. The fake profile. Lila. Everything. I watched him crumble in real time. The man who'd been so confident, so sure I'd never find out, was shaking. I trusted you, I said. I gave you everything. And you threw it away for her? The girl you said was ancient history? I pulled away. He thought I meant the breakup. I didn't. I wanted him exposed. First, the wedding group chat. All our friends, Dart family. I sent one message. Wedding's off. Here's why. Attached, A PDF, screenshots, receipts, timelines, everything presented like a court document. Then, his work, anonymously, attached the same PDF, added the credit card fraud part, using company card for personal hotels. No, then Lila, that he'd been playing both of us. She lost it, dumped him right in the middle of a crowded restaurant. People filmed it. It went viral on TikTok. But the final blow? I put everything together in a 5-minute montage, slow zooms on the texts, voiceovers of their conversations, hotel, footage. I uploaded it to a private link and sent it to his mom, his sister, his best friend. Within 2 days, it all came crashing down. Job? Gone friends? Ghosted? Lila? Relocated to another state, begging. I'm sorry. I'll do anything. I looked him dead in the eye. You already did. I closed the door, locked it, and for the first time in months, I breathed. People kept asking, "How are you okay?" I wasn't, not at first. I moved out, got my own place, a tiny studio with creaky floors and a view of the brick wall next door. Spent weeks crying in the shower, eating ice cream for dinner, staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. I wondered if I'd ever trust again. But then, I started healing. I kept the ring. Sold it, used the money to start a blog, an anonymous one, about betrayal, revenge, rebuilding. Blew up, destroyed. They told me their stories. Wasn't just surviving, I was helping others do the same. Ryan, no job, no friends. So here it goes. It doesn't erase those nights you cried yourself to sleep, but it does. Give you back control. It turns you from the victim into the author of your story. I learned that trust isn't blind. Love, if not returned, is not enough, and sometimes the best justice isn't loud. It's that quiet satisfaction of knowing they will never hurt anyone that way again. In case you're watching this and you've been betrayed, you are not the lie they told. You are not the secret they kept. And one day, you will look back and realize their biggest mistake was underestimating you. Because people like us, we come back stronger, wiser, and we make sure the world knows exactly what happens when you cross someone who trusted you with their heart. Thank you for letting me share my story. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a life to live, and it's mine, all mine.